Welcome to the Parkland Report. I'm Stephanie Stewart, the Vice President for Strategic Partnerships and Workforce Innovation here at Parkland College, and I'm your host for the Parkland Report, which is the show where we talk to the people making things happen here at Parkland College. Today, our guest is Titus Young. He's the Director of Student Life at Parkland. So we were talking a little bit before the show began about just your career journey and how you made it to Parkland. So do you want to share a little bit with our viewers?
I was at Eastern Illinois University working in their student life office, overseeing student government, their programming board, multicultural organizations during my master's work.
Great.
And so after there, left for Massachusetts, did a lot more student activities work, overseeing a student center, running a pub on their campus, working with all of our clubs and organizations, doing leadership development, and then worked the last 4 years at U of I in the Career Center, leading our employee relations team and doing pre-health advising. And then I oversaw for a year just the programming board, the Illini Union Board, of their fun activities. So a lot of that background, when I saw this role popped up, I'm like, oh, this is the stuff I have done from EIU on, and bringing all that expertise and knowledge here to really build our community here in student life.
That's wonderful. Wealth of experience you bring to our students. Yeah. And one of the fun facts about Titus that we've learned is that he also coordinated concerts. Do you want to do some name dropping?
Yeah. When I was a student, I worked with Gym Class Heroes to bring them to our campus. That was my show that I put on as a student. And then over the course of time, worked with Steve-O to do a comedy show, Pan at the Disco at EIU. And then the one I worked really closely with is Kesha down at EIU before I left there. So those are some of the big names I worked with over the years.
That's exciting. Maybe there will be stars in our future too. Yeah. But so when we think about student life at a community college, I think that's maybe one of the misconceptions is that there aren't a lot of opportunities. But what does Parkland Student Life Office offer and encompass for our students here?
Yeah, we have about 20 student organizations here, and we're always looking to see what students want to do, and they can grow that to even more some of their interests. I was just talking to somebody that was interested in doing a sustainability club. And so that is something that I think is really great about Parkland, that we have a good group of student clubs and organizations that we encourage students, if they have an interest, to create their own club and organization, and we guide them through that process. And then being involved in our office and out of all of our different functionalities and our activities, that we actually have scholarships being involved from our student newspaper, Prospectus, from student government, being the president or trustee, and then just being part of a student org that we offer those scholarships for our students.
That's great. What are you mentioned the prospectus, which I do have some questions about, but also what are some examples of the other clubs that are active right now on campus?
Yeah, one of our brand new clubs that are growing pretty quickly is the Black Student Association, BCA. So that is something really exciting, seeing them start with, I think, 3 members, and now they have probably close to 10 that's coming on a regular basis. The International Student Association is pretty active. The Psi Club to the Japanese Culture Club, they all have been pretty active and really want to contribute to our community here.
That's amazing. Yeah, options, no matter what your interest area is or your background, to find some way to get connected. The prospectus, I know there's been some social media buzz recently about the prospectus staff and really kind of relaunching in this way. They did a story about you when you first came on. So what can you tell us about the prospectus and maybe the role that the students play in the publication, but maybe the importance to the campus as well?
Yeah, it's really highlighting what is going around and really showcasing our community and bringing people in and really understand some of those things that they might not see on a day-to-day basis, or if they're not directly involved, and inviting our community to see all the great work that's happening here. And it's really exciting, and really I'm trying to empower our students to really go out there and write those articles. One of the new projects that we're looking into is hopefully rolling out a podcast through the student newspaper and really try to make our media really well-rounded and really hitting on what the students would like to know, and also showcasing some of the things that we take for granted sometimes.
That's great. That the media is close to my heart and close to our second guest's heart, which we'll get into a little bit later too.
Yeah.
But great to hear that. Student government. I know that's I interact probably the most with student government just because we have members that engage with our kind of our executive leadership in the board. How does somebody get involved with something like that?
Yeah, definitely. So students can always come to our meetings that happens every Thursday at 2. It's open to the public. We have our seats set up for anybody to listen, to hear what they're discussing. They will hit on a wide range of issues of what's some of the issues that the students are facing, how they can address that, to any opportunities to really showcase our college, our student government. Members are really thinking about the students and the college and making the best experience for everybody. And so that is our quick way to join, is coming to those meetings. But we have elections coming up actually, starting in April, that we will be looking to elect our new student government members for the next academic year from our senators. We have 10 spots that can be open, and our executive members from our treasurer, secretary, vice president, and president, which our president has that scholarship, and then trustee also. And so Georgie Jones is our new coordinator who's working on that, and hopefully you will see a lot of information about elections coming up.
That's great. Election years in more ways than one.
Yep. Yep.
And the student trustee, that's a really interesting role. I've had the chance to get to know several student trustees and actually travel to Washington, D.C. with the student trustees because they come with us each year to the legislative summit. And so that's a really cool experience for just to plug the student trustee opportunity for those who are interested. So tell us a little bit about the events. I think that's another thing that Student Life is really known for, is putting on some of those key events or being involved in some of those key events throughout the year. So what are those that your team is involved with?
Yeah, we try to do about at least one event each week. Some of it could be coordinating with some clubs and orgs, to student government leading it. But some of our really big ones, like end of the year, we would do Corber Carnival, which is our end of the year celebration for all the students to have fun. We will have a mechanical bull, some photo opportunities, and some activities for students to relax, get ready for the finals, and really celebrate end of our school year as one of our signature events that we put on.
That's great. And you guys are in charge of karaoke, right?
Yes. Yeah, monthly karaoke. So that has been becoming more and more popular, and it's great to see everybody up there singing.
I always know when it's karaoke day. I can hear it from afar. So that's wonderful. So Titus, if a student is looking to get involved, how do they find more information about what's coming up and how they can get started to engage with our campus community here?
Yeah, you can always welcome to have them stop by Student Life to figure out what is going on and talking to us. We send out those weekly newsletters that saying what's coming up for the week, our events, and then we put posters around, some stuff on the TV. So yeah, we try to outreach as best as possible and pay attention to what's happening around the campus, and hopefully you can interact with us.
That's wonderful. Any final thoughts before we take a break?
I think one thing that's really great about Student Life is it's our opportunity to create our community here, and then the students can really help shape that and contribute to that, and them being active in our office is really going to help them prepare for that next step and learning all these different skills of how to maybe budget and how do you plan out an event and all the logistics in there, and those are great skills that everybody's looking for after you leave and whatever that first step is.
Great note to end on. Thank you, Titus, for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break, and our next guest will be Ruthie Counter, our Director of Marketing and Public Relations.
College isn't just about your studies. Hi, I'm Jeslie, and I want to encourage you to join Student Life at Parkland College. What is Student Life? We're a place where you can develop friendships with other students, grow your leadership skills, and make the most of your college experience so that you're prepared for your future career or transfer to a university or college after Parkland. There's a lot you can participate in our campus through Student Life. You can partake in fun annual events like our Fall Convocation and Spring Cobra Carnival. You can get involved in more than 20 student clubs and organizations from Arts and Design Club to the Vet Tech Club, or serve as a senator in Parkland student government. Student Life provides weekly activities and educational sessions, a student leadership academy, a student-run newspaper called The Prospectus, and even health and wellness opportunities. We have something for every student to connect with here at Parkland College. Stop by the Office of Student Life in room U111 today to take care of your needs like obtaining off-campus student housing, getting your own student ID, finding out what scholarships or tuition waivers we provide, or starting a new club or joining an active one. Even if you don't have a need, just stop by and say hello and introduce yourself. We want to get to know you better because Student Life is here for you.
Our next guest is Ruthie Counter, our Director of Marketing and Public Relations here at the college. Welcome to the show, Ruthie.
Well, thank you for having me, Stephanie.
You and I work together every single day on many different things, so it feels just like just us in the office today.
It is.
And you've been at Parkland a long time, but this is your first time on the show.
It is.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. This is a relatively new role for you. So tell us your journey to this role at Parkland.
Yeah. I've been at Parkland for 21 years now. I started out as the staff writer back in 2003 when there wasn't really such a thing as Facebook. and here we are now. I moved after about 15 and a half years working as the staff writer. I moved as a communication specialist. I was helped into that role, which included a little bit more media pitching and communication with the media. So it was more of a speaking role, not just the PR side of the writing. And then I moved from there after a year into the associate director's position because the associate director was retiring. And lo and behold, I had the background by that point and could move into that. And then after 4 years of working with the director, she decided to go away.
We miss her. Really? We wish her well.
Yes, yes. But then I was appointed into the director's role. So here I am today. And that was July of just last year.
So you and Titus are both relatively new to the role.
Yes, we are.
This academic year.
Yes, we are.
So, thinking about community college and Parkland in particular, our team in marketing and public relations, what are the different functions and what does the team do on a daily basis for the college?
Well, basically, the marketing team is the voice for Parkland to the public. So we handle promotions, whether it's a flyer or a brochure or a TV promotions, it's radio, it's digital media promotions as well. So we have a staff of about 8 when we're fully staffed, which would include me and my associate director, and we handle the strategic marketing for the unit. We handle the program marketing. We do the planning for that. And we also have a first point of contact, which is our marketing and digital content manager. And she handles the intake. So we have like an intake form that people from the college will send in and say, hey, we would love to have some marketing for our program. And what we do is that particular person, her name is Maureen, she handles that, she takes care of it, she does the scheduling for that with our designers. We have 3 designers who work with our communication specialists to make that happen. So they would take those requests in and figure out, okay, how are we going to handle this promotion? So we work together to design, to create the messaging for that promotion, no matter what it is. We have enrollment campaigns that we handle annually, which is outside of program marketing. So we handle that as well. We figure out, okay, when are we sending out our promotions, which usually run around the time of registrations. So registration for this coming season for the summer and fall semester starts later this month in March.
Yeah, what's really exciting, what's always been exciting for me is just the cycle of getting the message out to the community about things like enrollment, but also helping people understand everything that Parkland has to offer because, we do community surveys. Over the years, we've worked together to figure out what does the public know about Parkland? And there's still just so much that we do and so many programs that are not yet discovered by the community.
Exactly.
So those clients you're talking about, so important.
Yeah, because sometimes you think Parkland and you think, oh, the nursing program because that's big, or you think vet tech or something like that. So it's important for us to let people know there's a wide range of programs at Parkland that are very popular and that are high tech and that can give you a great job, that kind of thing. So that's what we do. We put those messages out there.
Yeah, and once a year we send something in everyone's mailbox. Do you want to talk about that piece
We do.
that goes out?
We do an annual district mailer. It's called Achieve, and it started in 2015. I can't believe we're almost in our 10th year with that. It's amazing. But we started that. It was twice annually before, but we've moved it to just annually. It drops in May. And it pretty much gives a snapshot of Parkland. So what's happening in the career and technical education front, what's happening with the college as a whole. For example, in this upcoming issue, we're going to talk a little bit about the fact that Parkland has been in the White House. You know, we've had some White House pub lately. So things like that. The community may not know about what's happening on the college. Usually people know via maybe a press release that turned into maybe a media story. We were able to get some publicity for a story, but not everyone does that. Not everyone that we send media pushes to it's publicity, so it's free. So they may not promote that. So that's what this piece does for us, is kind of touts the things that are happening on the college annually that people may not have heard about.
Yeah, our students and our faculty, they're just doing these incredible things. And so we're trying to grab bits and pieces of them and put it in front of the community. So no, it's a great piece. One of the things, and you've been with Parkland through your professional journey, but one thing that's become more prevalent is digital media and social media. And so do you want to talk about how that has taken a front seat in the college's strategy and how we're reaching out to the public?
Yes, traditionally we went with traditional media, your TV commercials, your radio spots. You know, we had newspapers and that kind of thing. Over the years, and like I said, when I came here, there wasn't a thing as social media, really, not in the sense of the advertising world. So over the past decade, from the early aughts, we've seen a shift to where the traditional media, while it's still there, is just not where the target audiences that we usually promote to, kind of the 18 to 24 range, up to the 30 to maybe 45. That's not where they are. Your Gen X maybe is still there in the traditional, but your Gen Y, your millennials, your Gen Z, those people are not in those areas. So we have begun shifting more to mobile, to helping with streaming ads and those kinds of digital media that we want to touch with the Parkland message. They're there. So we have to change. We've actually shifted a great deal of our ad buy into some of those digital vendors, the streaming services, the OTTs, that kind of thing. So. Yeah.
And it looks like enrollment's following that trend too. So over the last few years, since COVID, we've really seen some increases after some decreases, but we're on a positive trend with that. So it seems to be working.
Exciting. I know it is. And we all are always looking for new opportunities to spread the message. I just found out there's something called Shambana Today, for example, that's coming out. And we thought, well, what is that? Well, can we put the Parkland message out there? So we're always looking to try to find out where can we promote this great jewel, actually, of Central Illinois.
Yeah, and we talk about the Parkland brand internally a lot, but also wanting to communicate that brand out to the community. So how would you describe the Parkland brand to somebody that's getting to know us?
Well, the Parkland brand is sturdy. That's the word that comes to mind, is that we've helped over 350,000 people over the 57 years that we've been here. So we're that stable force for the community. We're that workforce partner and people look to Parkland as supportive. I've heard people say, Parkland's helped change my life. You know what I mean? I started out not thinking that I could get somewhere in life, and lo and behold, I had people helping me. So Parkland's that stable, sturdy, helping unit for people that helps them get over those humps that they think they couldn't get through education into a great career, a great life. I've heard some amazing stories, and I've written some great stories over the years. Just how Parkland has helped so many people. It's been amazing.
That's wonderful. So, looking ahead for the spring, there's a lot of excitement that happens in the second half of the spring semester. So, what are you looking forward to in terms of kind of what's next on the docket for you and the marketing and public relations team?
Well, we'll be again beginning to launch our spring or summer and fall promotions. The summer schedule begins as far as registration, begins March 25th for the public for summer, and then early April for the fall registration. So we're working right now to get that message prepared and packaged in so many different channels right now. So we're trying to crank it all out.
Loaded for summer and fall.
We're loading up so that we can get ready to push that message out. We're also hoping to be able to promote more of our some of our newest partners. We have AGCO is a campaign or a company that we're working with, and we're actually having, and you probably have spoken about that many times, but we have they're going to be building or are in the process of building a huge facility here for ag training, and so we're going to be pushing that out some more in the coming months, just to promote that, try to get people to recognize this is a great program. You want to be a part of it, guaranteed job placement, just a lot of great things that are happening at Parkland. I'm trying to think what else. Right now, that's
coming up.
That's commencement is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge event that comes up in May. And we are all about promoting that on our social media platforms. We have Twitter, X, we have Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those things. We make sure that message goes out there that Parkland is a place where you can finish a degree or certificate, and it's an exciting experience to do so. Our students they're just overjoyed during that ceremony. I love going.
It's wonderful. What a great note to end on. Ruthie, thank you for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Well, that's it for today's episode of the Parkland Report. We appreciate you spending time learning about student life and our marketing and public relations efforts, and we hope you'll join us next time.